You know, yesterday we learned the passive voice. Do you remember the passive voice?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, see, we learned it with a new tense. Okay, we learned it with a new tense. And I want to show you this tense. All right. So look, we learned two different structures with the passive yesterday. The passive of the present continuous and the present perfect. Okay, so those are the two things we learned yesterday. For the continuous form, you know, we have this little formula right here. We have the receiver plus is are plus being plus the participle. Okay, plus the participle. Let's see who is here. Yasmin. All right, so I want you to take a look at this, Ismail. If I say she is eating sushi, she is eating sushi, this right here is active. This right here is active. The passive voice would be sushi is being eaten. Sushi is being eaten, and this is the passive voice. Okay? This is the passive voice. So, Ismail, what changed here? What changed? Okay. In the active sentence, sushi was at the end or after the verb. And now sushi is where?
The first part.
Yes, in the beginning, right? All right. So in the first sentence, in the active sentence, sushi is the object, right? She is eating sushi. And in the passive, sushi is the subject. And remember, the subject in English always goes in the beginning of the sentence, all right? Or in questions, it would go after the question word or the auxiliary. So this is one example of a passive sentence. Now I want you to show me, Ismail. I'm gonna give you another example and you change it to the passive voice, okay? They are destroying forests around the world. Forests remember to use the formula up there. This one.
Are
Forests are
being destroyed.
destroyed. Yes, forests are being destroyed and then, you know, around the world. This is how you make, you know, the passive sentences in with the present continuous. You know, because you can make almost every tense, the present, the past, continuous, you can make everything passive voice. Now, I know it sounds a little ridiculous, but we use passive voice to sound more formal and to emphasize, you know, the object. You know, in this case, they are destroying forests around the world. We don't care about them. We care about the forests. She is eating sushi. Sushi is being eaten. We don't care about her. We care about the sushi. You know, that's what is interesting to us. That is what we want. That is what we want to communicate. Sushi is better. All right. And now the perfect form is a little different. All right. And Yasmin and Andres, they saw this yesterday, but since Jackie and Ismail, you weren't here, I'm going to explain this to you. In the perfect form, we have receiver, have or has, plus been, plus the participle. Plus the participle. Okay? So, that is the structure. Look at this. She has eaten sushi. She has eaten sushi. Not Jackie because she doesn't like sushi. But she has eaten sushi. In the passive voice, this will be sushi has been eaten. Right? This is the passive voice. Now, this next one, Jackie or Ismael, I want you to do this next one. I'm gonna give you an active sentence and you make it into the passive, all right? They are reading a lot of books this year. A lot of books.
Have been read
Yes. This year. A lot of books have been read this year. And this is how how you make the passive sentences with the continuous and the perfect form. Now, here, I am showing you the present continuous and the present perfect. But you can also use it with the past continuous and the past perfect. Now, that's not in the lesson, but I just wanted to show you so you can see. For example, instead of sushi is being eaten, you can say sushi was being eaten. All right, and that's the past continuous. And the present perfect, you can make it the past perfect. Sushi had been eaten. Okay, you change has for had, like in the past perfect. But that's not in the lesson. But basically, if you learn this, you know, all of these passive verbs, you basically know almost everything. There's only one little future passive that we need to discuss, and that will be in the next unit. All right. So after the next unit, you will know everything about the passive voice. Okay, everything. Now, Jackie, Ismael, we are going to watch Yasmin and Andres because they did some homework and they're going to share it with the class. Andres, Yasmin, who's first? Nobody.
I didn't the homework.
She didn't do the homework. All right. So let's use that as an example. Yasmin isn't doing the homework. Yasmin, can you put this in the passive voice, please? the homework
isn't being do
you have three options. Do, did, done. Done. Yes, 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 yes. All right. The homework isn't being done. Now, right here, this sounds like the news, like I am a reporter. The homework isn't being done by the students of English Access. And that's one of the reasons why we use the passive voice to report the news. Mr. Romero, did you do the homework?
Yes, I tried.
Okay, tell me what you got, man.
And in the with the present continuous, I'm playing my PlayStation.
Okay.
And in the passive, my PlayStation is being played.
Okay. Nice, nice.
The next present perfect. My parents have eaten tacos yesterday. Tacos have been eaten yesterday.
All right, I changed yesterday for this week because you cannot use yesterday in the present perfect. Okay? It doesn't sound correct.
Oh yes, yes, sorry.
Your sentences are good, right? Are those the only two sentences you did?
No. What was the next? I don't know if I'm okay.
Okay, hold on.
The next
Give me
time.
1 moment. Give me 1 moment. I have an emergency. Okay, sorry about that. Andres, what were you saying, man? The last one?
My dog hunted a rat. A rat.
My dog hunted a rat. Okay. And the past participle? In the past?
A rat.
Mm-hmm.
Have been hunted.
Has been hunted. Okay. So that is okay. My dog hunted a rat. A rat has been hunted. But it would be better if you say
Was?
no, not was. Was is okay. Has is okay. Has. So right there, my dog has hunted a rat. A rat has been hunted. That would be okay. All right?
Yes.
Well, this is the passive voice, okay? Now, I have said this a few times, but I'm gonna say it again. We use the passive voice to talk about the news. You know, everything that you see in the news, in El Sol de Acapulco, CNN, NBC, all of those things, if you're going to tell those things to somebody, then it's better to use the passive voice. All right? And we also use the passive voice to sound more formal. okay, to sound more formal. A lot of people, when they speak, they sound very normal. You know, it's like a normal person. But if you want to sound formal, better, more elegant, use the passive voice. All right. But of course, you're not going to speak formally to everybody. Now, I'm going to show you a video. Okay. I'm going to show you a video. And right now, we are going to focus on the continuous form. Should I show you the video first? Should we do the exercise first? Nah, we're gonna do the exercise first. Everybody, please open up your student books to page 109. All right, we're on 109, and the objective for today is the same thing. August 25th, you can see it on my laptop. We're going to express the trends that are happening or have happened in society. That is the objective today. All right, Jackie and Andres, are you on this page?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Jackie, could you read the instructions for 2A?
Rewrite the sentence using the passive forms of underlined verbs, then compare with a partner.
All right. So, you know, in all of the sentences, they underline the main verb, okay? So you need to focus on the main verb, all right? The main verb. Like I told you yesterday, you know, some sentences, they have 2, 3, 4 verbs. Only focus on the main verb, all right? Which is usually the first verb or the first verb that's after the auxiliary. Let's take a look at number 1. The main verb is selling, right? And the auxiliary is are selling. So that is our main verb. That's the verb we need to focus on. Another tip, the object always comes immediately after the verb or the main verb. That is my tip for you. And if you do this, this exercise will be easy. So, you know, in these sentences, we have 2 different types of passives, the continuous, and then we have the present. Perfect. So, you know, first we look at it. In number 1, Yasmin, selling, is this perfect or continuous?
Continue.
It's continuous. So we're going to use the structure over here. The verb to be, being, and the past participle. All right. The same thing with is forcing. Now, for this activity, I think it would be better if you get a piece of paper or a notebook. So please go ahead and get one. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So let's say you have your paper, and I have my paper too. My paper is orange. Ismail, could you do us a favor and read number 1?
Yeah. Um, they're selling a lot more organic foods in supermarkets now. Public demand is forcing supermarkets to stock healthy foods like low salt and low fat products.
Right. Um, let's focus on the first sentence. The first sentence is they're selling a lot more organic foods in supermarkets now. The object is a lot more organic foods. And well, the first example is there. Use it continuous. A lot more organic foods are being sold in supermarkets now. Okay? A lot more organic foods are being sold in supermarkets now. Public demand is forcing supermarkets to stock healthy foods like low salt and low fat products. Ismail, can you make this passive, please? Ismail? All right, somebody that's alive and in the class. Yasmin, Jackie,
Yeah.
Andres.
Yes.
Can you make this passive, please?
Supermarket are being forcing
Of course.
um, to stock healthy food,
Yeah, to stock healthy foods.
um, and etc.
Yes, like low salt and low fat products. All right. So that's all I want you to do. I want you to write it in the passive form. Don't worry about the active form. I wrote it because I wanted you to see it, but you don't have to worry about it. Okay? Now, please do this activity, 1, 2, and 3, and let me know when you are finished. Maximum, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. And Jackie, let's check our answers, okay? Number 2, Andres, what do you have?
Fairs. Parts of the city have been totally rebuilt.
Being totally rebuilt, okay?
The next one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Lots of new offices have been put up.
Okay.
The next one is a lot of older buildings have been knocked down.
Okay.
And the parking problems haven't been solved.
All right. The parking problems haven't been
Haven't solved.
solved. Though. All right. Yes, we ate some words. Um, I want to make sure that everybody is actually writing everything down because I want you to get used to that, Write everything out. It will help you a lot. Okay, so lots of new offices and hotels have been put up in the last 5 years.
Oh, yes.
Mhm. And a lot of older buildings have been knocked down. Very good, very good. Um, let's see, Miss Herrera, give me number 3.
Three. Cars. New cars.
Very close, very close. Remember, it goes immediately after the verb. So in this case, it would be new tracking gadgets for cars.
What does tracking?
Tracking gadgets is like in our cell phones we have these things called location services. So if you have like a son or a daughter, you can go to your GPS and you can find that person,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Okay.
So new tracking gadgets for cars.
Are they are there see,
Advertised.
are advertised?
Okay.
Ismael?
Okay, Ismael. Come on, Ismael.
Oh,
Go ahead, my friend.
okay. I don't understand very well. Is parents who want to keep track of their kids afford them when car is borrowed? I don't understand really.
Okay. It's okay. Don't worry. That's not correct. Let's see if somebody else has it correct. Jackie, what do you have?
Uh, the parents who
Okay,
wants to
nope.
keep.
All right. So look, it's okay. It's okay. Trust me, this is difficult. But remember, guys, I told you this little secret right here. The object always comes immediately after the main verb, not 2 words later, 1 word later. It's immediately after. So in this case, the object is them. And over here, the object is new tracking devices for cars. And over here again, them. So it's always immediately after. Sometimes it is 1 word, or sometimes it is many words that describe that 1 word. For example, new tracking gadgets, the main one is gadgets, but new and tracking describe the type of gadget, and for cars describes what the gadget is for. So all of those words complement gadget, and gadget is the object. In this case, them is the object. So yesterday, I told you that the active object becomes the passive subject. So what is them in subject form?
What is what?
What is the word them in subject form?
Okay.
They. Okay, so they, and now use the formula.
Okay. Are
They
Are.
are being
they
select.
Sold.
Oh my God.
Yes, they're being sold, and the rest of the information to parents who want to keep track of their kids when they borrow the car. Oh my gosh, that's a toxic parent, but maybe a good one because it's a little dangerous. All right, so now that you know this information, Ismael, can you do the last sentence, please? They.
They? Okay. Uh, they, I don't know.
Okay. Anybody else?
Technology. No.
No, the subject is they. Remember the formula that I gave you.
I am. They.
Art.
They
What'd you say? They.
are.
No, not are.
No, they have.
Uh-huh.
They have been developed.
Developed
Developed.
with GPS technology. All right. I don't write what's in parentheses, but it's cool. You know that GPS stands for Global Positioning System. In Spanish, what does it mean? Okay, so, I don't know. But in English, that's what it means. Global Positioning System. And okay, so obviously what we did in this exercise transform sentences. You're never going to do that in real life. Nobody's going to say, hey, Jackie, come here. Can you transform some sentences for me? Andres, transform these sentences, man, quickly. I want to test your English. No, nobody is going to do that. All right? That's not going to happen. But the reason or the purpose of this exercise is so you can get an idea of how you make these sentences. Okay? So, everybody, do you have these answers? Yes or no?
Did we have?
Yeah, now do you have them?
Oh, yes.
Did you copy them? Okay.
Yes.
If you haven't copied them, take a picture or write it down. I'm gonna put you in pairs, and all I want you to do is, read these sentences. I want you to read these sentences like you are a news reporter, like a news reporter, and read it to your partner. It's a little goofy, but I want you to do it so you can get used to this structure. All right? So just read it one time, switch, and then return to the class. All right? Please go to your breakout room. You've got 3 minutes. We are gonna watch this video, and I would like for you to write 1 or 2 notes about something. You don't need to write like complete sentences. For example, in the video, if you see something about robots, then you can write the word robots, right? You can write the word robots. And when the video finishes, or whenever I stop the video, you're going to make a sentence about robots. We can say that Robots are being developed in China to go to war. And that is one example of the passive voice in the continuous form. All right. So please write 1 or 2 notes down, and when the video finishes, we're gonna make some sentences. Do you understand, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Ismael,
Yes.
Jackie. Ismael, Jasmine, you good?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Here is the video. Let me see. Yep. I'm gonna mute myself.
I think humans and robots are going to merge so quickly because they've already merged. It's the past, not the future.
When we get to 2026, a lot of this discussion about should we have immigrants, should we not have immigrants in the United States, that will all be by the boards.
At some moment, this intense pressure on the center of the city will reach a tipping point.
Thousand people a year, one-on-one interviews, different segments, millennials, ethnic groups, whatever it is that interests us or interests our clients, and then we find out how they're feeling and what they're doing and what they're buying, and that lets us predict and project. It almost talks to you, tells you this is going to happen. 28 です。I think humans and robots are going to merge so quickly because they've already merged. It's the past, not the future. We already are merged with our telephone. You see, we're merged. We can't live without it. We get nervous and sweaty if we don't have it. The difference is in the future, it's not going to be like this. It's just going to be inside. It just has to go a little further until we're half and half or 3/4, 1/4. I think it's very easy to see the future of humanity as robotic because everything we're developing is in some way electronic. Everything. A replaced heart, a replaced lung, a replaced knee, a replaced cornea. It just has to go a little bit further, I want to speak French, so I'm going to France, so give me a chip, I'll put it in. I'll just rent it because it's too expensive to buy and I don't need it forever, just when I go there. Okay, I speak French. You're not going to have to worry, oh, my knee hurts, my back hurts. Come in, get a new spine, you'll be out in an hour. You'll have caretakers that are robots, and then on and on. Sometimes you report a correct future that people don't want to hear, and they get angry, they get upset, they yell at you.
Most people and most businesses can shoot a video like this. You'd agree, right? But what they can't do is stuff like this.
We work for Kodak, and our assignment was the future of film. So we went back and we went through our process, our talent bank, our trend bank, you know, brainstorming, everything. Come back and we say, the future of film is digital. Film is over. And they said, we didn't hire you to tell us it's over, film is over. We hired you to tell us the future of film. And they say, you are fired. We were a little upset, but the future of film is digital, just like the future of humanity is robotic.
People in the United States are always talking about putting walls on the borders between Mexico and the United States. We hear in Europe, especially with the recent refugee movement, designs to put borders across some countries so that immigrants can't come in. I think that's going to change in the future. All of these developed countries are going to be part of a much more fluid global economy, much more fluid workforce. There certainly has to be regulation, there's no question about that. But the idea that every country can have its own borders and they're a self-contained economic and political unit, I think when we look 10, 20 years down the road, that kind of idea is going to start fading into the background.
All applicants for naturalization, please raise your
I think when we get to 2026, people will see how important this immigration was. These young people are helping to build our population growth in these younger ages in a country which otherwise would be aging very rapidly. We're getting very close to what we call a majority minority, which means the racial groups other than whites are almost half the population of people under age 20 in the United States.
We're gonna stop right there. Did you take some notes?
Sounds.
Yes, I mean, the main focus was, robots, right? And that's the future. That's the future. So I would like for you to write one sentence about this video using the passive voice. Okay? Okay. You have 1 minute, and then you will report it to the class. I'm gonna begin with my sentence, and I think this is one of the most interesting things that was mentioned in the article. All right, hold on. Can you read this, or is it reverse?
Yes, I can.
It's good? Okay. I know I write kind of ugly because, anyways. So I put a chip is being developed to help you learn languages. To me, that is scary because in like 5 or 6 years, no more English teachers. All you're gonna need is get a chip, put it in your ear, and you will learn very fast. No more psychologists. No more, I don't know, teachers maybe. All you gotta do is put your chip and you will learn many things. So that's, to me, that is very worrisome. I need to find another job, or I need to start some business with chips. All right. Andres, can you read yours?
Yes. The electronics are replacing everything.
Electronics.
Electronics.
Yes. Electronics are replacing everything. Now write it in the passive.
Are being.
Now everything is.
Everything is. Everything is being replaced
Replaced by electronics.
by electronic.
One more time, please. Faster, faster.
First, the electronics are replacing everything, and everything is replaced by the electronic.
Everything
Oh, it's being replaced by the electronic.
Nice, nice, nice. Okay, great. And Miss Flores.
We are replacing the parts of our bodies, and the parts of our bodies are being replaced.
Yes, replaced. But yes, yes, definitely.
Replaced.
I love that. Good job. Yes, I need some new body parts. I would like to have a smaller head, you know, a smaller head. It's kind of big. And a flat stomach. Ismail, what do you have?
The average people are under 20, it's 20.
Can you repeat that again? Sorry.
The average people are under age 20.
I don't know how you're gonna make that passive.
Yeah.
How can you make that passive? There's no object. You know what I mean? Let's see. The average people are under 20, right? The average people are under 20. There is no verb. Yes, we have the verb to be, but we can't use the verb to be in the passive voice. We need to have another verb. Do you have like another sentence, Ismail?
I only write this.
You only write that? Okay. Well, while I talk to Yasmin, I want you to make a sentence using the passive voice and people under 20. People under 20. That is your subject. People under 20 are being, people under 20 have been, da, da, da. You can talk about the immigration thing or other things. Yasmin, what do you have?
The world is being changed
Nice.
by
Nice.
robot in the future.
That's perfect. That right there. Yasmin, you can put that in the newspaper or in the magazine and people will pay attention. The world is being changed by robots. Boom. That is a perfect title for the newspaper or magazine or an article. Thank you. Perfection right there. And well, Ismail, have you thought of something?
Oh,
Have you thought of something or no? Okay, I'm gonna take that as a no. In the chat, I wrote your homework. It is gonna be page 82 and 83. How do you feel about the passive voice now? On a scale from 1 to 10, and 10 being super easy, Where do you think you are? 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
8.2.
8.2. All right, nice. Yasmin, how about you?
9.
Excellent. And Jackie and Ismael?
8.5.
5.
8.5.
8.5. All right. Well, I hope that with the homework and the little review for tomorrow, we can turn everything to 9 and higher. All right. So your homework is page 82, 83. Check it out. If you have any questions, you can send me a message. All right. And if you want to learn